My name is Anthony Conlin, Performance and Development Manager here at Valley Road School Sunderland. This is an analysis video to show how to use the tracking grids, in particular the national tracking grid. So from the Sims test system, you go to Focus, down to Assessment and across to Tracking Grids. In there you want to either scroll down or just search for VR in the name box. So VR, and either hit the enter or the search button. It'll bring up the list of the ones I've created. The ones I'm going to talk about now is the national half term and the national term one. So from the national half term, if you do half termly assessments, this applies. If you only do termly assessments, then this one applies. I'm going to talk about the half term one though for this. So double click on the national half term one. What this will bring up is the national expectation tracking grid. So what we've got here is down the left hand side we've got time frames. So this is year 1 autumn 1, year 1 autumn 2, so half term in autumn year 1, end of term in year 1, and that goes all the way down to summer of year 6. Okay. Across the top we've got the grades, so I've grouped a couple of the P scale grades in here, so that's P3I or below, P4 to 6, P7 to 8, and then you've got your national curriculum levels in there with a group of 6 and above at the end if appropriate. The target area in here isn't a target as such, this is national expectation at these points based on a 2B at the end of Key Stage 1 and a 4B at the end of Key Stage 2. So end of year 2, where is it? There it is. End of year 2, 2B, and end of year 6, 4B. Working at 1 point per term, and obviously sometimes you get a bit of an overlap in terms of the grades. So that would be the national expectation. How you use this tracking grid is you come and you choose your assessment. So if you want English, Maths, Reading or Writing. So for now we'll have a look at Maths. And you choose your source group. So this group is generally going to be a year group, but could be a user defined group or some other group that you've got within the school, or like a registration group. But for now we will do, because I've hardly got any information in the test system, we will do a year group. So I'm going to choose year 5. Click apply. So you always just click on the magnifying glass to bring that information up. And you can click on the pluses to get to choose what you want. And then I'm going to click populate. What that's going to do is go away to the tracking system and bring in the information that we've got. So at the moment it looks like there isn't anything there because my data doesn't go all the way back to year 1 for year 5. But if you scroll down, hopefully there'll start to be some names. So it looks like my year 5 information does go all the way back to year 3 in there, and I've only got 4 children. So somebody called Sylvia Amoso, in fact I think Samantha Acton, Stephanie Amoso and Rosanna Amoso. So I've only got 4 children, and you can see how they change over time. So actually all 4 of them didn't move assessments all the way from year 3 autumn 1 to spring 1, but then started to change. On the right hand side it'll summarise what it's like against what it's called the target, but it's really national. So this is the percentage that are below national, on national and above. So all the way back at year 3 autumn, 75% were on, 25% were above. But by year 3 spring, 50% were actually below because Rosanna and Stephanie actually, Rosanna didn't improve it anymore and Stephanie actually went backwards. So you can see that they've now slipped behind national. Obviously it keeps upping. And if we scroll through, you'll be able to see what happens over time. Things change in there as names change. And then actually by the end we've got 50% below and 50% above. In your school you might have a lot of information on there, so you could have just had a registration group there, but you can use the group filter button here to filter a bit further to just do boys or girls or free school meals or combinations of boys in the summer term and free school meals. You can choose and apply many different things as you want, and you can always change the subject as well just by clicking it and clicking populate, and that will change how that works and put your new information on there. The other version of that is the termly version, which is exactly the same apart from doesn't have as many rows because your assessments are only end of each term. And that's really it for that tracking grid. Thank you.